Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. So can I read?
Let's find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out if I can read. The green text saying, wake up at 6 to the sound of the plow truck scraping snow off the parking lot outside. I live close to the polar circle, so I haven't seen the sun in 4 months. It's winter here, 6 months a year. Force myself to wake up and eat a banana, drink water, trudge out into the snow to the gym, spend 2 hours lifting. I can bench 100 kilograms now. Spend some time in the sauna. It dulls my mind for what is to come. Wage slavery. Bike to work. If the snow hasn't been plowed yet, I have to walk. Walk into an underground passage into the underbelly of the factory, where I'll spend the rest of the day. It's lit by fluorescent lights as a fridge warehouse. I stamp my shift into the clock with my coworkers. Nobody talks to each other. We're all too tired. Put my headset on. It's got a robotic female voice that will tell me where to go to stack and build pallets based on voice commands. I can still hear her voice in my head when I sleep. 9 hours later, I can head home. It's still dark outside. Force some food down and browse for a little to try to distract myself from the fact that I have to do the same thing tomorrow. Time to go to sleep. Have to work soon. So that's what we can all look forward to as the next 70 years of diminishing return wage slavery.
Wow, this is your life if you screw up here.
I've never heard anybody who actually lives in the Arctic Circle call it the Polar Circle, though. But you know, it could be someone from the Russian side.
Maybe, yeah, the Russian side. I was gonna say elsewhere, but I'll take that. Yeah. Wow, that was a good one.
Well, I guess with that, I'll roll the intro.
There's a major disconnect right now between reality and fantasy when it comes to Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain technology.
Slow, expensive, and unreliable.
I think they all have zero value. I think they're going to zero.
It's just gambling. I mean, you want to gamble, go to Vegas. Vegas is fabulous.
So it's just not a real thing, and eventually it'll be the emperor's clothes.
It's kind of monopoly money. It's like we can talk about it.
So my daughter bought some Bitcoin and it went up, and she thinks she's a genius now, but
I mean, you better get on the bus of Bitcoin, or else you're just like, you're left behind.
This is the Bags to Riches podcast, the show where nothing is real except the infinite possibilities in crypto.
On there.
Ooh, welcome everybody to the 8th installment of the Bags to Riches podcast.
8th, baby. Who's at 8 today? It's Chain Link.
What? The
Poor
synchronicities
performance.
do not end with the Bags to Riches podcast, where anything is possible.
Well, we all know that you should be dumping that bag too anyway. Just give up all hope.
I mean, hope is what creates bag holders. So when you understand that...
Yeah, I guess so, hey? There's plan, trusting, hope, everything you need to just like hang on to an anchor that's going underwater to 1,000 feet, and you're going to be crushed by the weight of everything above you. Honestly, if this thing's not gonna pass $1 trillion, it's just gonna be. If this is gonna be stuck here,
it's just gonna bleed. That's the worst thing, though. It's like because it's like if you just crashed, like you could see the crash happening and just like sell halfway down and recover some of your losses. But when it like bleeds out slowly and it like kind of looks like maybe it's gonna even out and then it just drops again. And you think that it kind of makes you think it's gonna go up again.
Yeah, it's just you're gonna be so hopeful, and all of a sudden, nope, full.
Nope, full.
No, nope. Honestly, though, if it's just gonna hang out here, there's no way all the exchanges can cash this out. If people decided, let's go, and who's gonna bail out everyone in the exchanges? Nobody.
There's nobody there. Who could bail anybody out? Unless you're an XRP, maybe you're not getting any bailout. Who's got the money for that?
And everybody said no to XRP, so bye-bye.
Well, it looks like XRP is going to be discussed by Davos this year.
Oh no.
The World Economic
Let's hear what
Forum.
you got.
Well, it says the Cointelegraph article says cryptocurrency makes World Economic Forum's Davos agenda, which I think, like we were discussing, I think that's the first time that's happened.
For XRP or crypto?
For crypto.
Yes, it's definitely the first time this has ever happened. You know, in the
Yeah.
last 10 years that it's been a thing. It's the first time it's ever been mentioned at Davos.
So then it goes on to say, COVID-19 has accelerated the long-term shift from cash, reads the prospectus for both sessions. Meanwhile,
This sounds
central
like a
bank
cope.
digital currencies are emerging, potentially transforming how people use money worldwide. So it seems like specifically they're talking about central bank digital currencies.
What does that mean? Like, whose central bank?
It's
The
not.
central
It's
bank?
not my central bank. Not my bank. Hashtag.
Your central bank has decided. How do I invest in it?
So I mean, I'm sure there will be. I guess there will be some kind of pump, probably. You just never know when it happens and when the dump happens in relation to these kind of news stories, where all it is talking at a forum, you know.
Well, I think you gotta treat it like a low cap, where it gets put in the first 20 minutes you got. Once it hits the exchange, it'll go up and then drop.
Yeah,
So
you just have to treat XRP like a low cap, generally, and meaning put all your trading portfolio in there, because it's gonna go sky high.
So sky high. It's only down 68% on the Sats this year alone.
So we're talking about Hope creating bag holders, and CNBC's Make It has a story.
Ooh.
Why are people so obsessed with Bitcoin? The psychology of crypto explained. And it says Bitcoin fever is back. It hit a new
Wow.
all-time high in early January. And so it says Bitcoin becomes part of your identity. It's more religion than solution to any problem, billionaire Mark Cuban told Forbes in November. What's kind of funny about this article is that it spends more time kind of like more of the text is just identifying the quotes
Yeah.
than any actual substance in any of these. So it's like Mark Cuban said something that agrees with us, and then
It's like guy from TV box
Yeah.
says words. Actually, what's interesting to me with that one is I've never heard of anyone be like, "Yeah, I'm a Bitcoiner," but you've heard of people be like, "Yeah, I hold XRP. I'm a Tronny. I'm a Link Marine."
there's
you've
maxis
ne-
out there.
There's Maxi. Ah, yeah. I guess, but
He says, in fact, Bitcoin aficionados have their own jargon, full of acronyms, phrases from hodl to whale, and pre-COVID Bitcoin conferences would attract thousands of attendees. The Crypto Crow even has a preferred car. I guess that's crowd. They just there's a little typo though there. The Crypto Crow even has a preferred car to buy with their Bitcoin, the Subaru Baja.
yeah, that's right.
The culture around Bitcoin is part of the appeal, says Finn Breton, professor of science and technology at the University of California, Davis, and author of Digital Cash, The Unknown History of Anarchists, Utopians, and Technologists Who Created Cryptocurrency. Holy fucking title.
What the fuck? Title.
Well, I mean, when you're
Wow.
a professor of science and technology at University of California, Davis, then you can fucking put any
Jeez.
title you want.
Yeah, you can just keep extending your title
Yeah,
as far as you want.
gives it credibility, especially in crypto.
Yeah, it's like title length equals credibility.
And what he has to say is, when you buy Bitcoin, you're actually buying into a whole scene. And it's a scene that can be part of your identity. It's like, what? It's like he said that just for this.
It's a car crash I can't look away from. Except everybody lives and is celebrating at the end of it.
Yeah. And then they say that
Wow.
social media plays into the psychology. Suddenly there's like a new way to see finance and to have an identity of yourself as an actor in like the financial space, says Lana Schwartz.
That's all I ever wanted.
Assistant professor of media studies at University of Virginia and author of New Money, How Payment Became Social Media, tells CNBC Make It. It's like, holy crap, that was an annoying thing to read.
Dude, that's what I mean. Anytime you read this stuff, it's like you can't get through it because it's just it's so like it's like a muck, a tar. You're wading through this tar of jargon.
The volatility can be exciting. Many smart investors, from Kevin O'Leary to CNBC's Jim Cramer, have likened buying Bitcoin to going to Vegas. I think we know something about Jim Cramer and Vegas there. Berkshire Hathaway CEO and chairman Warren Buffett has been a longtime critic of Bitcoin, saying that cryptocurrencies basically have no value and are a gambling device. And
Still, thank you, Warren Buffett. I've always appreciated your input.
as with gambling,
And I've made all my decisions based upon Warren Buffett's input.
I don't even want to say that quote because I don't want to try to say this name. Dohlaki. I don't know.
Dovahkiin.
Checking the price of stocks regularly is an activity that could get boring, says Tim Mavis, professor of marketing at New York University's Leonard N. Stern School of Business.
What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Your job is boring, dude.
With something like Bitcoin, it's exciting because there's constantly something happening, he says. You can check it 10 times a day and the price can vary wildly. I think we've all been there. Also, many young people especially, who have grown up with video games and social media, are conditioned to want instant gratification in fast-paced cycles, Schwartz says. Being drawn to high-risk, high-reward investments like Bitcoin makes perfect sense, she says. And then there's FOMO, and then they pathologize the idea of crypto providing hope. And nothing really too interesting in either of those segments. But that's the CNBC Make It picture of crypto psychology in 2021 here.
Yeah, God forbid, like, normal class people have a bit of hope. Normal class, middle class. I'm calling it now. It's normal class now.
It's the normal class.
Welcome,
the normie
welcome
class.
to the club. If you're listening, you're probably there. Die. Please. No,
So
don't.
is there any news from your end of things here?
Oh, dude. You know what? It's been a relatively unexciting week. I've got...
You can say that again.
Let's see.
You can take up some more
It's
time.
been a relatively unexciting week.
Nice.
Nice.
Got
So we
him.
got Bitcoin falls 11% after a report suggests a critical flaw in the cryptocurrency called double spend may have occurred. And this is something that happens anytime Bitcoin does anything.
This was a hashtag big deal for a day.
Hashtag big old deal.
Yeah, the hashtag big hairy Bitcoin deal.
It's like BitMEX research tweeted that it appears as if a small double spend of around 0.00062 BTC was detected. You know what it says in brackets here?
That it was also like solved, like it.
No, it says $21.
Okay,
That was the double spend.
right, but
So.
but as far as I know, that double spend like doesn't exist anymore, right? Like I think that it was just like something they
It
saw
doesn't-
for a
it-
second,
yeah,
and
no.
Bitcoin worked the way it was supposed to, and it's
Here's
no
the
longer
next
on the
exactly.
blockchain.
It says ultimately the double spend event did not occur.
Yeah. So I remember
So
that was a FUD for a day, and I was like, that is nothing. There's no FUD
Yeah,
there.
I don't know how this gets printed every time on multiple sites. So this is Business Insider, so this is just
You know what would be
FUD,
really
right?
an interesting story is if the CCP comes out with some kind of regulations on crypto that could potentially hurt Bitcoin. That would be a big story, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be unprecedented in the crypto space.
I'd
Just
really like
this.
to see them try. Yeah, just like this, just like double spend.
So I have a.
But it's
okay.
it's funny when you only see reports like this on sites that, you know, at the top of the website it's got NASDAQ, S&P,
Yeah.
Dow, gold, oil, euro, and USD at the top, and it's got their little tickers.
Wait, can you
going.
point me there? I need a new homepage.
Who? Business Insider. It's gonna be your most
Okay.
favorite thing, Josh. Guarantee you.
That's my new homepage here. Anytime I open a
Wow.
new tab, straight to Business Insider, because I want to be inside. I want to get the straight dope, and I want to be in there before everybody else. You know,
want
before
my
all the
Coke
mainstream normies, before the
Yeah,
normie
get it.
class gets in there.
Just on time. Yeah.
I'm an insider in the business world.
5 minutes early. I'm an insider.
So I have a story from The Hill. Secretary
The
Yellen.
Hank Hill?
Nope. No, and
Sorry.
you're not gonna draw any drops out of me here.
Damn it.
So this Secretary Yellen's first action on Bitcoin will set the tone for the next 4 years, and so I guess this is a Biden appointee. But basically,
again.
she's talking about how cryptocurrencies can be used for money laundering and crime and stuff like that, and basically how you need to link people's identity to a wallet. But then The Hill kind of goes further here and explains how they don't even need this other stuff. They can easily track Bitcoin, and they've done it tons of times.
Well, we saw that with fucking chain
Yeah, with
analysis
Coinalysis.
the other week, right? They have no trouble
Yeah.
at all discerning who's who on
Yeah,
the
so we're
Bitcoin
talking about like
blockchain as
3-letter
far as
agencies.
that's concerned.
They got it on lock, and
Three agencies, yeah.
so yeah.
So and now they're complaining about
And then I
this,
guess
like,
the other story is that Ether,
good luck.
Ethereum, Big ETH is at all-time high, above 1450 USD, and it's also it's fairly high in Sats compared to before. It's up, some might say, but yeah, Ethereum doing good versus Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, that's what I got right here too. Is Ethereum's road to 2K? 3 reasons people
And so yeah, I guess
kind of lame.
I mean Ethereum, it's one to watch, you know. It's one cryptocurrency to watch for the next, over the next
If you're
decade.
gonna
I predict that the price will be higher than it is now.
Wow, Josh, you truly are an oracle
Yes,
of
sir.
your
And
time.
speaking of oracles, Chainlink is also new record price high, and I think is that in dollars or is it also all-time high in Sats?
Not all-time high in Sats, unfortunately. That was
Hmm.
just a couple months ago. But that, as far as it's concerned, in dollars,
Pretty
it's
good,
doing
pretty
pretty
good.
well. So, yeah, and I mean, we'll have to talk a little later this episode about how hard you have to be, like, trying to
Yeah.
lose money.
Stay
to
tuned
lose
later
money
for the
crypto
biggest
right now.
losers in crypto this week. But
For the biggest losers. But I was hoping we could do some foolish goofs on some
as is
fools.
tradition on the Bags to Riches podcast,
Unless you got something more than that.
we round up all of the Motley Fool stories that have to do with Bitcoin, and they all have kind of a pattern to them. But it can be fun to see the new ways that they write the same thing, or the new stocks that they recommend.
I still can't predict these.
Instead of Bitcoin. So, the first
Oh no! Twice!
first thing I have is for the Motley Fool, we have, is Bitcoin the new gold? And so this is kind of a bullish story from them, but the bottom line, because there's no reason to read the whole story, they give you a bottom line specifically so you can skip it. It says the coronavirus pandemic has been devastating for economies all over the world. There's so much stimulus needed and natural inflationary pressures in markets, so diversifying your investments and owning a little Bitcoin could be even better long-term asset than gold. So that's coming from the Motley Fool, and if at this point they're saying that Bitcoin's the way to go, I think that's the best sell signal that anybody's ever going to get.
Yeah, once the Motley Fool begins to capitulate, if you don't beat the Motley Fool to capitulation in entering Bitcoin, then you've probably lost, because they'll probably hop in when it's around like 200,000.
I think the people at Motley Fool might look at Ethereum and they think that's a coin to watch this year. That might, over the next decade, go up at least 50 to 100%.
No, I really think, okay, here's my take on the Motley Fool's decision there, is that they're going to get into Bitcoin like really late and start shilling it so that they can like drop their bags eventually.
Okay.
But then they're going to be like, oh, they haven't even mentioned
that's like
Ethereum,
everybody.
dude.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Never.
It's strange that they've never gotten to Ethereum.
They've never mentioned anything else, so they're going to get into Bitcoin and then be like, oh, hey, there's other things here. And they'll be way off time.
And so when they have a slightly bullish story on Bitcoin, they have to put at least 3 bearish stories. Yeah,
credible sources.
So then we have Warren Buffett. They
in
like
quotes credible.
Quoting Warren Buffett because he's a rich guy. So he says that gold is better than Bitcoin. And I mean, like, those are two things that you can just like directly compare, and you can just see like one is objectively better than the other. Investors are drawn to tangible assets, apparently. And so here's instead of bottom line, they have the foolish takeaways. Let's see what their takeaway is from this. Even if Warren Buffett doesn't like gold per se, he likes it significantly better than Bitcoin, which can be an excellent reason to stay away from that particular asset. But that's not the only reason. Bitcoin is a highly volatile and has enormous capital growth potential, but it also requires you to be familiar with cryptocurrency markets. If you can't make the Bitcoin trades at the right time, it might become a very costly investment. Well, I mean, that's something that's not true for any investment other than crypto. So that's one of their kind of warning stories about crypto.
That's the foolish takeaway.
Yeah. And so then we have forget
to listen.
Forget Bitcoin. 3 investments that are less risky and more reliable.
Oh, dude, wait. What's the day on this? Because last time they did this,
this is on the 23rd.
It was forget Bitcoin with the semicolon, and then the very next day it was forget Bitcoin with a question mark.
No, this is a new one. This is a favorite at the Motley Fool.
They really want you to just forget about it, but they can't stop writing about it, right?
So I'm sure that everybody's on the edge of their seat waiting for the 3 investments that are less risky and more reliable than Bitcoin. And this is legally binding financial advice from me personally.
And the Motley Fool.
And the
sponsored.
Motley Fool. Number 1, index funds. So there you go. ETFs is number 2. Those are exchange traded funds. Then 3 is fractional shares. So it's like, what? Like, those are such broad categories of like, okay, so I get index funds and ETFs, but even then it's like
I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Sure.
I don't even know what any of those are.
Well, it's like the thing is like, okay, so you could say just invest in an index
do, but I
fund,
don't.
right? Like because like there's it's
big old Dow Jones.
Dow Jones or the S&P 500, and then But ETFs, it's like, well, fucking which ETF? Like you could
Literally who?
like you could perform much worse than Bitcoin if you choose the wrong ETF, or even if you choose the right one. And then fractional shares, it's like any like fucking individual stock. It's like, well, fuck, man. How much are you really helping me here, Motley Fool? If you're telling me buy stocks, buy ETFs, or buy index funds, it's like, I mean, that's without saying that that market, you know, it seems like you'd be buying commodities now instead, but that's just me.
I really like the image they put there with Bitcoin as a balloon and the guy like holding the needle towards it as if,
that's totally like them.
who's holding this needle?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
And then I just wanted to
no.
hammer home their obsession with Warren Buffett and Bitcoin by reading another, and this is all from.
Is that forget Bitcoin with a comma?
No, this is this is with comma. Forget Bitcoin with comma. This is from the 23rd. So this is all within, you know, a couple days of each other. Warren Buffett,
Jesus.
Forget Bitcoin, comma. Here's how to make millions! Exclamation point.
Financial advice from Motley Fool. Feel free to sue.
Yeah. So it's saying that Bitcoin doesn't pay dividends or produce anything. So it's not like it's not like security where you can make dividends. The Canadian stock mirrors Berkshire Hathaway's strategy, or this Canadian stock. So it's telling you to own Brookfield Asset Management, and then make this stock count like Warren Buffett would. Combine these factors, and bam, could double its fee-bearing capital. Okay, this is all BS. So that's...
Hey, I got something way more interesting.
Okay.
Does the Motley Fool logo like constantly slowly change colors?
It does, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Well, I mean, they're a cool website, and they have some cool stories. And so those are the ones from this week.
I'm gonna go check this on my own screen.
Yeah, so take a break and check that out.
Introducing the all-new 2020 heavy-duty Subaru Lunar Baja. With best-in-class cargo space for your numerous crypto bags and other financial mistakes. Gas pedal lock and factory brake removal for ultimate bull run commitment comes standard in all models. Also, we got you your shoulder harness and head straps included for driver comfort and accountability. If you're worried about your Baja riding low under the weight of your bags, that ain't gonna be a problem in the reduced gravity of the moon.
Functional. Community-based. Open platform. Fully decentralized. Real-world use cases. Blockchain agnostic. Deflationary. Scalable. Genderless. Disruptive. Distributed. DeFi. Modern coin. You know, because current year. Oh, there's...
Motley Fool. Motley Fool's actually unfucking believable.
It is crazy that people are getting paid to do this.
Forget Bitcoin. Forget Bitcoin. Forget Bitcoin.
Like, how are they getting paid, dude? Like is nobody is paying attention every day, or else they would just stop once they notice like everything's a fucking same.
Hey, fag, you forget Bitcoin.
Like, they're like a site that like it's like every one of those articles is meant to be the only one you read, and you're meant to like go through them to buy stocks and stuff then or something. I don't even understand it.
Yeah, man. And you honestly will run into the Motley Fool no matter what you're fucking interested in investing.
Yeah.
You will get corralled into their bullshit.
I'm glad we're putting a magnifying glass on them.
Yeah, I think we should put a bigger one on them. I think we should do a deep dive on them sometime.
Yeah, absolutely, I'm down.
Like, who the fuck is such an idiot? Sorry.
Well, what they're
Okay.
doing is evil, though. Like it's just straight up
Absolutely,
like
dude.
ruining some people's lives.
Do you want to hit refresh on poo 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 at the same time?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Refresh. Stay.
Oh fuck! That really fucked it up.
7 day. Yeah, dude. Look who's at the
Chimpion
top.
was at the top on mine last time.
Wait, he's
oh
not
no,
at the top
I,
right now?
I
What's going
refreshed
on?
and it went from 7 days, so now I'm on 7 days again.
Okay, you
So we
better
got
be at the
Chimpion.
same- All right, we look pretty fresh. Who's losing this week?
Here, wait. I wanna do this right.
Do it
I
properly.
wanna do this right. All right. So. And we're back with the report on who's mad this week in crypto.
Who's angry? Who's depressed?
Who's losing?
Who's fat?
Who are the biggest losers? Who's fat and is losing weight successfully? Who's
Who has
losing
caved
the
in head
most
syndrome?
market cap by percentage?
Who is the ultimate loser this week? Who have we talked about so many times? Who has been here every single time we've been here for the last 6 weeks?
Who
it seems?
deserves to be here every week?
It's our best friends who are monkeying around down at Chimpion. They've fallen from
The
around
BNANA
64th
ticker.
place. BNANA. They shit is bananas. Oh my god.
Shit.
Absolutely devastating to fall 60 places. Truly a pump and dump. Chimpion, you fools.
They are absolutely. They're almost motley in the way that they're foolish.
I would say, next thing you know, we're gonna start having Motley Fool articles about Chimpion.
About how you
Then
can,
we
you
really
can
know
bank
we're gonna
with
be in trouble.
Chimpion. You can bank with the BNANA.
You can just keep banking with them every week. You've been down 30%, 27.5 right now.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Is that the
you
first mention of the
poor
percentage?
souls.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Are we surprised?
Not exactly. Wouldn't say I am.
No. I'm really happy that everything else on here is different today because
Oh, we can
everything
learn
has-
some things here.
we had a few that were in the same
Well,
spots.
let's really
as
take a
last
look at
time.
all these. So, what's
But
the next one?
I'm done
here?
with Champion. Next is number 94, Voyager token.
So
Let's learn
that's
something
number
new about Voyager
94.
token.
So what? It's down how much on the week?
17.65%.
That's in
around
sats.
there.
These
That's
are all in
sats.
sats,
Wow.
listeners. The
I mean, in the last year, it's done pretty good, but if we take a closer look at the chart, truly a pump and
very
dump.
much down from the highs. That is down like 10 times, or like, yeah, it's very down. So the Voyager token,
gonna make a call.
VGX, is a cryptocurrency broker token created by one of the co-founders of Uber and executives of E-Trade. Voyager allows customers to trade 30-plus crypto assets using USD, earn interest with no lockups and no limits, 100% commission-free. The Voyager token rewards users within the Voyager crypto broker ecosystem. So,
Wow. Remind me how much I don't care about Uber or E-Trade, whatever that is.
so wait, this is ethos.io. Is this Ethos?
Did Ethos transform into get a new token just to pump their own
No, this is different.
previously failed
Or I
project?
think no. So they're using the Ethos Universal Wallet. Is that the same? Like Ethos was a universal wallet, right?
I don't even know.
Okay. Yes.
I use much simpler systems than complicating something.
So this is very much like trying to be mainstream crypto. It's like Uber guy with the Ethos Universal mobile wallet and everything, but it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't scratch the itch for me as far as an investment. Anyway, let's go.
Well, seriously though, like the thing is, If you want it, you can be co-founder of whatever, literally whoever. If you're not gonna put it with that service, it's not gonna reach those people.
Yeah, it has a lot, like, very much nothing to do with you then.
Yeah. Why would you even write co-founder of Uber? Nobody cares. Unless you're still there and applying it to Uber.
It's my favorite thing in crypto is to see like when they list the like big names involved before they even tell you what it is. That's like, or they list like the credentials on all those articles. It's like the same thing. It's like,
well, especially on like the Coin Market Cap page, if it's got the guy like who was in charge of this, like I'm already not interested. Like,
yeah, this is all just like
know,
McAfee stuff over again, you know, like all of this like following the big guys and what they say and like clout, big clout transfers.
Whoever's got the most Twitter followers can make the biggest money. Yeah, I mean it's just gonna fade into obscurity, loud and clear, pump dump. Some of these are very strategic though, you know, like you apply these people to this stuff and then
some of these like the timing is so amazing that they like got their scam out at the exact right time to like have ETH moon and Bitcoin drop and everybody win a bunch of sats in your scam. But
yeah, oh my god, if only. You know what, I'm glad you could have made a buck, but I didn't. Who cares?
Yeah,
that's okay.
We can leave those ones behind and forget about them. They didn't make us money.
We're gonna move on to position 194. Ooh. And library credits. First of all, why do I need this? Why are you down 17%?
This was an interesting one, library. It's interesting? It was interesting. I remember I believe it was 2017 that I saw library originally, but
let's take a look at the max. How long
it does to publishing what Bitcoin
it's been
does
out since 2017.
Yeah, library does to publishing what Bitcoin did to money, and it's like publishing. But
what does that mean?
like publishing magazines and text and websites and stuff, I think.
But can I put my money? Wait, can I put my books into library?
I think that the idea is if you have a really spicy book that you can't release anywhere, you can publish on library.
Oh, so these are kind of cool guys.
That's why I thought in 2017, I have no clue now, but it's like, that's why I'm not like super down on them necessarily, but I don't know enough about them because I haven't looked into them since then. But it's down.
Well, I mean, if you can take anything off.
It's down 20% on the week. It's only up 33% on the year on Bitcoin. So as far as the charts, like, it's in a good buy zone if it's a project that's gonna do good, but I have no clue. You know, like, I have no.
Yeah, I don't know what a buy zone is.
But I just have no clue what kind of momentum these guys have, or marketing, or product, or whatever. So why don't we move on to the next one? Oh, and this one's familiar from last week, I think, right?
Move on, get over it. We've got Oasis City.
Oh, it's 404 for me this time.
Number 53. Is their website still 404?
No, the thing is I got to their website last time and it said that I like needed to join or something. I didn't have an account, but you were 404'd on the Coin Paprika page, and I am too now. So,
dude, this is really bad. Something's really up here. If I go to the main page, this is actually number 54. Dude, this is not actually at the front of Coin Paprika. Okay. This is not on the front page.
So why don't we look it up? Like we never looked it up on CoinGecko last time.
CoinGecko? What's CoinGecko?
Oasis City.
Ironically, what's CoinGecko?
Okay, so I just want to see if their website is still up, or if it's still doing the same thing. Okay, so Bitdefender blocks this page. I understand the risks. Okay, so account suspended.
Do you? Do you? It doesn't look like
Contact your hosting provider for more information. So their website is still not what you'd call operational, and they're still just a shitty clone of Decentraland, if they even have any project at all.
Yeah, I don't understand. This must be a bug, man, on Coinpaprika, because it's still in the same place as last week, down 11%. But who knows? Maybe
CoinGecko doesn't know anything about it either. It doesn't know the market cap, the trading volume, the low, the high, the circulating supply.
God.
And it only
This is
and
an exit
it
scam
has
nightmare.
data going back to July 2019. But it's like just nothing. It's just big straight lines. Okay, so we've discussed that one last week and this week, and we'll probably just never mention it again, being that who knows what is up with it.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even care. But up next is a weird one that's been on Biz quite a bit. Is Yearn Finance. What does your percent say there? Because I actually screwed up my page, and it says around 10%
It's
down.
10%.
Which, yeah. So once again, you gotta be on Motley Fool tier,
So I'm
like caved in head syndrome to be losing money right now. But
I'm gonna go and show my lack of clout here. But what is Yearn exactly? Because I can't get to their website myself.
you can't get
I
to
can't
the
get to
website.
their
Oh no.
website.
Well, Yearn, my friend, Yearn is DeFi made simple. Yearn puts your crypto assets to work so you don't have to. And right along the bottom of their website, all their market cap, volume, price, ratio, whatever, gahoobly gobble stats.
Oh, I got to their site now.
Stray across, and then you hit go to vaults. And I don't know at all what Yearn Finance is, but I know that they've been trying to get me to do things.
Great. Okay, so these are like
The top of their website doesn't make much sense either. There's no like about. There's just like yield. Cover,
okay, so this is like you
gov,
locking up
social
like
doc.
tokens to make interest.
Yeah, you lock up tokens to make interest. It's kind of like
Hex.
if you were to. It's kind of like Hex. It's kind of like Hex, except I can't find any last names that sound like Schuler.
Okay, fair play, Michael. And
I really don't know anything about Yearn Finance. All I know is the price is quite ridiculous, actually. It's about the price of a Bitcoin just for one of these
Right.
things. I don't know how this comes into play.
so
but
the
it's
circulating supply is only
$31,000
30,000, or the max. That's the max
that's
supply.
nuts. Whoa, can we bring attention to the fact that if you're rank 42, you haven't even broken $1 billion market cap? What is
That
the
is
total?
insane to think about.
Let's see. Okay, so 39. Zcash is the first coin right now.
Billionaire crypto coin.
Yeah, billionaire market cap crypto coin. So there's not a lot above $1 billion anymore, and I don't have a lot of hopes for anything below that or relatively above that, I guess. But
I don't
have a lot of hope for
crypto
any of this
hope,
stuff
because that's something that's a pathological condition.
Yeah, if you're just gonna plan trust your way to freedom, like
You're gonna plan trust your way into heavy bags.
into some foolishness.
This is kind of funny that
Yeah.
on this list now, the next one is DeFi.money and its ticker is YFII, while Yearn Finance
Dude.
was YFI.
Who is this for?
DeFi.money.
It's
a token.
It's a Yearn Finance coin.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
token. It's a token.
So it's like something that. Oh, it is actually a clone of the exchange, or of the pool here, because it looks very close.
I have no idea.
And there's no like, I don't know. I guess there's no like about. There's just the exchange.
So the things you can stake on their website are WF, USDT, USDC, DAI, a bunch of stable coins, some BUS. Okay, you can literally only put up
Okay, well,
stable
that must
coins
be
on their site in their
some
own
kind
token.
of thing to do with them then.
Must be some kind of scam to do
Yeah.
with them. I'm gonna call it right now. DFI.money. The name gives it away.
Remember the next one here from
Ontology.
2017, 18, I
I've
think.
seen this. I've seen this speech shield, but I got no idea what it does. There's a lot of things where I'm like, that name does not inspire confidence.
This
I'm not gonna
one,
touch
I think, was shilled by a lot of the same people that shilled VeChain in
Trust redefined.
2017, 2018.
Dude, that's a scary thing on their website. Trust redefined.
It's a new high-performance public blockchain project and a distributed trust collaboration platform.
I kind of like the definition of trust.
Trust redefined. Self-sovereign ID and data. Oh, okay. This is one of those ones that allows you to, or it's like a security, like, I don't remember if this is the one that it verifies your identity, or if it's one that like lets you sell your data, your identity. But I think it's the verifying.
Hey, just let me know when I can sell my identity.
Yeah, just let me know when I can sell, because I don't need that shit.
Yeah, let me know when I can
It's
sell
only
my
useful in the
identity.
banking system, as far as I can tell. So,
Right? When I can trade my identity for something
Yeah.
else, I'll be happy.
true.
It looks like you got okay. Yeah, so I told you I screwed up my
Yeah.
thing, but we probably got a lot of coins around this mark right now, given the slight ever 2%
Yeah.
increase on Bitcoin. So a bunch
And
of
even
stuff is
since
down
we've
5-10%.
like refreshed, or since I opened the new tab
Oh,
here,
man.
this is already up 2%.
Are these people even mad at this?
Yeah,
point?
so this is down. This is IOST, Internet of Services. They are down
Cobes.
between 5 and 7% on the week
This
in
was-
Bitcoin.
Take a peek at the chart. I think this was another
Ooh.
one that was like a what do you how would I say this, like a safe haven throughout early 2018 when everything was kind of crashing.
Right.
Everyone was like trying to cope
Oh,
on
I
that.
actually remember
And I
that,
mean-
like, just seeing the symbol at the top.
Yeah, I remember, and it kind of had a little hop during 2019, but it looks like
So it's a high
flat line relatively.
transactions per second, scalable and secure blockchain, and privacy protection
It's a-
provide infinite possibilities for online service providers to serve their customer base. So infinite possibilities with crypto, fully supported by IOST. It's scalable, efficient, and
actually gonna-
secure.
I'm actually gonna have a brain hemorrhage from all.
Ooh,
all the
IOST
buzzwords,
gears
man.
up to lead the DeFi space. Well, I don't know if it has too much of a chance of doing that, but let's look at our next loser.
To lead.
So we're at number 8 out of the top 10 losers this week. So
Oh,
we're
yeah, I got the
nearing
same one,
nearing
yeah.
the end. Everybody get, you got to get ready. Start winding yourself down. Start weaning yourself off of our voices. Maybe take the headphones out for a second, because you're gonna have to get used to this
Stop weaning
episode
yourself
being
off the
over very
copium.
quickly. And
Whoa, dude! I feel bad for whatever this.
hey, we
was.
just got you used to hanging out with us here, and now we're gonna have to leave. But so now, before we go, we'll finish off the list of losers. So this at position 99, and that is Seal, SEELE.
Oh, dude, it's only down 7%, but if it could go lower, I'd be surprised.
Oh, it is
Did
so
you take
very
a look,
low on the
take
chart.
a look at the 1 year chart,
Yeah,
dude. Even the
I'm on
max,
the
like
max.
whatever, but the 1 year, it tanked.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Last July, what
It
the
was
hell?
at 76
That's
sats.
terrifying.
And it's at
Could
27
you
cents right
imagine?
now.
Is there even a website still? There's still a
It's
website. It's in
$184
Chinese, so that-
million dollar cap. So it's Seal created neural consensus algorithm. It transforms the consensus problem into an asynchronous request, processing and sorting data in a large-scale environment based on micro real numbers. It will not only ensure safety and low energy consumption, but it will also ensure strong linear augmenting ability. The performance is linearly accelerated as the node size increases to satisfy business requirements. So that is, I mean, that's all very accessible to the average person, I think. That
Can you punch me in the head some more with those words?
Can I be honest with you, though? Looking at their website, it is very Chinese. So the fact that that didn't sound like it was put into a translation app, at least.
Well, I mean, the ratio between, like, separating letters, like is, as, should be, but, it, stuff like that. You kind of just have these big words, large scale, environmental based, micro real numbers. Like
yeah,
what?
That part I don't know. And so
it's very. I couldn't understand much of what you were saying.
No, I had no. I actually have this thing where I have no comprehension of anything while I'm reading it out loud. But especially in that situation, I had absolutely zero comprehension. And you know what? I'm fine with it.
White paper's all in Chinese, too.
I'm
it's
fine
beautiful.
with this not crowding my memory banks. And so
I'm fine with this fading into obscurity.
The final loser, the least among the losers in terms of value lost, is down 6.29% on the week. It's position 184, putting it at a $60 million market cap. It's Axel. And no description on Coin Paprika, but we always love when they give us the opportunity to go to their website to learn more. And so Axel Go is a fast, safe, and private file sharing platform supercharged by blockchain. Well, you know what? Like, when I think of file sharing and blockchain, I think of blockchain as having a supercharging effect on file sharing. You can imagine that it would probably go faster.
I like turbochargers in my Subaru Baja.
Yeah. And so it's powered by IPFS, Interplanetary File System.
Wait. Does it actually say
it
interplanetary?
It literally says, okay, so Axel Go is driven by two different decentralized technologies. The Interplanetary File System and blockchain. Working together, they're what makes the platform so secure, private, and fast. Unlike traditional web servers, IPFS uses distributed nodes throughout the world to deliver content. Instead of using location addresses, IPFS retrieves data via unique cryptographic hashes. Then, using the power of blockchain, content is timestamped and secured in a transparent and immutable way. Since the files themselves aren't stored on the blockchain, users gain the security benefits without sacrificing privacy or speed. Interesting. So it's kind of like it's the encryption of your files is the part that's on the blockchain, not the actual file itself. So that's...
Dude, why would you want to timestamp it if it's interplanetary? You have different times on different planets, you big dogs.
There's time. There's universal,
Universal.
There's universal, the birth of Christ.
Who? Before we finish the losers, I accidentally refreshed a couple times because I don't know how to open a new tab instead of just clicking on something because my brain is incredibly small usually.
They're all liars.
But,
everybody in cryptocurrency is a liar.
There's two that I'm seeing that are between like in 2017, these were between like position 5 and like
Right.
10. Is Aragon and OMG, which are now at 115 and 60.
I remember OMG.
So if anyone's truly mad, it's OMG and their their marketing copes.
They were like
And,
optics coin in a way, like where they're trying to be like
They whaps, dude. Yeah.
they're just trying to be like all marketing.
Yeah, so I think I found the real people who are angry here because I know, there's people
Well,
who
and
just been
OMG,
holding this.
like based on its philosophy of marketing or bust, they like can't go in public and admit their feelings about holding OMG for all this time.
Dude, and if you held this through 2018, like you're never gonna hit whatever your original buy-in was. Like,
Well, you could never go to the same Bitcoin, like just because of where Bitcoin is now. It's like these things will never hit the same SAT value. Like, or else they'd have like the most insane market cap ever. Like it's already at 500 million market cap, and it's already like down hugely in SAT.
Dude, yeah.
So,
and OMG was like right up there, like tail and tail.
I was never into it because it seemed kind of Eastern to me, so like I just wasn't super into it.
Yeah. But I remember there was a lot of like stuff very publicly about it being, one of the guys,
one of the Eastern chains next to V chain. But
next to V chain. And what's the one? Is it Nam? Am I thinking Nam?
Neo
on drugs. Neo.
How have I not heard of Neo?
I guess Nam technically.
Neo was like, it seemed like future coin at the end of 17 there.
Dude, Neo was literally supposed to be like Neo from the Matrix and be like the guy for like the Ethereum competitor, and now it's just kind of like
its chart is really kind of pathetic. So I mean, I guess
it's really pathetic considering this used to be $200 and now it's only $20.
This has really inspired me to look into what the story is there. But
we're gonna have to. I think that's for.
I'm experiencing or I have it's non-scheduled biological hard out on this episode.
Non-scheduled biological emergency or
it's a hard out, as they would say in the broadcasting industry. It just means that there's a hard set time that it has to end.
So we have a cold intro and a hard out. Could it be a hot out?
Well, I'd like to invite everybody
or a soft intro.
to come back next week for the 9th installment of the Bags to Riches podcast, and we'll have some more content for you.
So you think that 5% dip counts as a correction? Well, let me give you a helpful hint. We're not in a correction until the sweat falling down your neck meets the sweat of your ass crack in a pool on your desk chair while you're sitting up at 3 a.m. staring at the stamp chart 3 inches from your face and trying to convince yourself that it's gonna reverse any second now. Your hand shaking like a Parkinson's patient over an oily mouse when you suddenly feel the dire need to take a shit, but you vomit in your mouth a little bit instead, and before you have time to question how those two bodily functions could possibly be related, we've already dropped another 20%. You've got now a big red dildo candle showing you 60% loss in a matter of minutes staring back at you as the prices dipped far below your buy-in spot. All the profits you made over the past several weeks, dreams of that new car, that new house disappear in an instant, and you can't imagine what possibly could have caused this. You default to erroneously blaming the Chinese, but that doesn't quite add up, so you take to Twitter with a panicked breath searching for anything that might have an answer to what the F is going on. Of course, no one has any more of a clue than you do, so you start to immediately internalize the struggle. What starts as a whisper of, "Why didn't I just sell?" turns into a rampage scream in the back of your mind. After all, it's so obvious that this was the top. It's so clear now looking back that of course that this was the top. And how the hell didn't you see that 15 minutes ago? Meanwhile, we're down another 5% and you just can't take it anymore. Tears are rushing from your eyes. Something that looks like dried blood is all over your arm, emanating from the spot you didn't even realize you were subconsciously digging your fingernail into. You close your eyes, just for a moment, but when they reopen you realize you somehow already logged into your Coinbase account and punched in a sell order. That's it, you sold, you're devastated, but you managed to breathe a small sigh of relief. Well, at least I can't lose anymore, you say. At least I walked away with something. You're emotionally and physically exhausted now, but you manage to drag yourself across the room. You fall flat on your bed with one final thought passing through your mind before you let the darkness overtake you. Why didn't I just sell the top? In the morning, you wake to the realization that you slept fully clothed at an odd enough angle that your neck is surely going to feel exactly as bad, if not worse, for the rest of the day. The events of the previous night come back to you in a flurry of blurred emotions, and while you almost can't bring yourself to check the price, you just have to know. How much lower did it go? After all, there's still a glimmer of hope. You think, well, perhaps it isn't all bad. Perhaps I can buy back in a bit lower and make the losses back in the long term. You begrudgingly open the chart to whatever small amount of hope that remained in the escapes of your lungs before the sigh hits your lips. Price is fully recovered. It's actually trading up 10% from yesterday's high. Now that's a correction.